Hello and welcome to another episode of Joe's Technical Dilemmas. Today I will try to answer the question, will smartphones eventually replace the DSLR camera? Now this is a much more complex question than it first appears. Firstly, we can look at it in a number of ways. We can try to predict how the camera inside a smartphone will improve over time, or we can compare the latest smartphone specs to older generation DSLRs. Let's take the latest smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy S9 for example. It has two lenses, both with 12 megapixel sensors. The first lens has a 1.5 aperture for low light situations, the second a 2.4 for overexposed conditions. Now compare this to the original DSLR from Canon, the D30, first released in the year 2000, which just had a 3.1 megapixel sensor. Now there is no doubt that the images you will get from the Samsung will be way superior in quality compared to this DSLR, in most circumstances. But due to the fact that the DSLR had an interchangeable lens, specialized lenses such as high-powered zooms or tilt lenses will still be hard to match using the Samsung, even with the 18 years of technical advancement. Smartphones are using technologies to try and match the advantage of the interchangeable lens by adding more lenses to their phones with different characteristics and computer algorithms to alter images to mimic lens characteristics. So this advantage will diminish over time. But the one flaw in this argument is that it relies on the DSLR technologies to stand still, which they don't. If we were to compare the Samsung to the latest DSLR from Canon, the EOS 5DS with its 50 megapixel sensor, its extremely high ISO sensitivity and the state-of-the-art focus system, there is no contest. Another barrier to the smartphone isn't so much to do with technology, but more to do with ergonomics. A smartphone is just too physically small for a professional photographer to have instant access to all the controls which he requires. So in conclusion, I believe the smartphone will never fully replace the DSLR. It is true there will be a lot less DSLRs about in the future, only being used in specialist areas by professionals, enthusiasts and die-hard fans like myself.